Happy holidays, vinyl community. Say I wanted to get one last video out before the end of the year here. I think I'll probably do the 2026 vinyl tag again this year, but I usually wait till January. I've got too much stuff going on in December, and I still want to focus on this year before I jump into next year. And to follow up with how the record fair went, it went absolutely great. I'll definitely be doing that again. I did sell my copy, my stereo copy, Scranton pressing of the Chocolate Watch Band, the Inter Mystique, which is fantastic. But with this video, what we're going to do is we're going to do a part 2 of my most valuable albums on DISCOGS. So this is another 11 albums that are the most valuable according to DISCOGS in my collection. And we're going to do the same as we did last time. So we'll start in descending order and we'll go ascending. So we'll start with the lowest value first, and then we'll go up and up till we get to the top. And then as per usual, I have 2 more at the end for you because I can't stick to just 11, and I know you guys want to see more and I want to show more. So without further ado, which is something I say a lot, number 1, we have Cressida. And I have shown this one before. This is a UK band. This is from 1970. This was on Vertigo. They were a very popular prog band. And this is the original Vertigo pressing, which I'll show you right quick because I know everybody loves to see the Vertigo swirl. There she be. And this is the very earliest incarnation with the big ball on top, and then it has at the very bottom there a Philips record product. Only the earliest had those. And then you have the full swirl on the back. And now let's talk money. So median value on DISCOGS for this album is at $3.99.35, and the average price on this is $3.43.43. So that is number 1, Cressida. So the next one we have some blues. We've got John Lee Hooker, one of my favorite blues guys. This is John Lee Hooker Plays and Sings the Blues, and this is an original 1961 Chess white label mono promo. I'll show you that. This one even has the deep grooves on it, which jazz people don't get as stoked about the deep groove labels, or I'd say blues fans don't get as stoked about the deep groove labels, but jazz fans definitely do, and I think it's cool. It's a really cool label. So for this guy, we are looking at a median price of $397.50, and the average price is also $397.50. So that tells me that this one hasn't sold all that often if they're at the same for the median and the average. Okay, number 3, another favorite garage rock album of mine, The Remains. This one is from 1966. These guys were from Boston. This is the mono white label promo on Epic. Right there. I'll show you that too. We love the white labels. This one says radio station copy on it. And I think it was actually a radio station copy because there are the radio station's call letters on the album jacket. So there she be, the beautiful white label promo, mono, Epic. In this one, the median price is $400 and the average price is also $400. So very similar to the John Lee Hooker, where there really hasn't been that many to sell. So there's not that big of a split between the two. All right, number 4, a drastic turn, a very drastic turn, but a fun one. We have Metallica, Ride the Lightning from 1984, their second album. This is the original on the silver Megaforce, which they were signed a deal, inked a deal, not that long after this. And so all the other albums on this are on Elektra. And that's the more common version to find, is the Elektra version. But the very first, you have the silver Megaforce. Killer album. And for this one just keeps climbing in value, probably because Metallica's popularity just keeps getting up and up there as well. So for this one, we have the median price is $3.11 and 2 cents, and then the average price is $5.14 and 2 cents. So kind of a big split between the average and the median on that one. All right, next we're going to jazz. All right, and I showed this actually on the jazz video that I did not that long ago. We've got John Coltrane, A Love Supreme. This is a 1965 original mono on Impulse. I won't pull this one out. I think you've seen the Impulse label before. But this is one of his most coveted, one of his most sought after albums. And this one has a median price of $3.11.02. And, oh no, I'm sorry. This one has a median price of $3.45. And then the average price is $4.22.06. Jumping from jazz to the American blues. So this one's from 1968, and this is pre-ZZ Top. It had Dusty Hill on bass and Frank Beard on drums. This was the first band they were in before ZZ Top. Meanwhile, Billy Gibbons was in The Moving Sidewalks, which is also a really fun album to get. I don't have that one yet, but that one's also extremely rare. This is their first album. It's on the Karma label. I'll show you that because I think it may be the only album that is on that Karma label. Only one I've ever seen anyways. I guess that doesn't mean that they don't have more, but I'll show you that. Here's what that Karma label looks like. And price-wise, we're talking the median is $400 and the average is $408.84. Very hard one to find. Their second one on Uni doesn't go for quite as much. I think that goes for around $100, but it's a great album too. It's just a little easier to find than this one. Okay, we're going back to jazz. So if you don't like jazz, I do apologize, but number 7, we have Pete LaRocca, and this is Basra. This is a very hard to find Blue Note title, very sought after, and this is the stereo pressing. And so you had Joe Henderson, Steve Kuhn, and Steve Swallow, along with Pete LaRocca, who is the drummer. This is the only album he ever had as a leader on Blue Note. And this one, the median price is $460, and the average price is $474.83. So this is a big boy here too. All right, now something completely different. We have Felt from 1971. This is a prog psych album on the Nazco label. This is self-titled. These guys were from Huntsville, Alabama. And I'll show you, this is one of my favorite labels And this guy's pretty nice. It's in the shrink. And this is one of the most coveted or sought after titles, I'd say, on the NASCO label. The only other one that is maybe a little bit more is the Electric Toilet album, which I don't have that one yet. But here is the NASCO label, which is really cool. This is a really nice, clean copy. And so for this one, we are looking at a median price of $3.99 even, and the average price at $5.01 So this one again is one of those more sought after titles, harder to find. So the price fluctuates on that quite a bit. All right, number 9, we're getting close. So as I mentioned in my last video, I was selling a copy of the Chocolate Watch Band, the Inner Mystique, because I found an upgrade copy. And this is the upgrade copy that I found, which is wild because I never see these, and then I find 2 in 1 year, not only in 1 year, but like within months of each other. So this is their second album from 1968. And what makes this one particularly rare is that it's not the stereo, but it is the mono pressing. So, and the jacket has a little bit of writing on the back there, nothing crazy, but the vinyl's stone mint. There's no noise whatsoever. So couldn't be any happier with this. And the mono of this is much more rare than their first album, because that was the year prior when mono was slightly more prevalent than 68. 68's when they're phasing it out, if we remember. So there's that label. And this one commands a pretty hefty price. For this one, the median is $417.65, and the average is $585.59. So I just listened to this one again before I did the video, and it sounds amazing. This is definitely one of the highlight finds from this year for me. So, and also I think my favorite album from the Chocolate Watch Band of the 3. I think this second one here is the most psychedelic, the most up my alley, where the first one is definitely more heavily on the garage side. They're both good, but I really like this one. All right, number 10. Here's another one that I had been looking for a while, but it never pops up, and I got lucky. I finally found a copy, and this one's a monster. It's the Smashing Pumpkins' Melancholy in the Infinite Sadness. So this originally came out in 1995, but they didn't press it to vinyl in 1995. The first pressing that they did was in the UK in 96, and they did a limited run. So there's 3 discs in this. It's big, but they did a limited number run in 1996 that was supposed to be 5,000 copies, but it's actually more like 18,000 copies is what it came out to be. And if you can see, mine right there says number 11,082. And this thing just, it smokes. It's absolutely amazing. And this is one of those albums that I'm so stoked to have because I was in high school when this came out. This was a big album for me. And again, this one's really difficult to find. Even though this was a multi-platinum album, they didn't press a lot to vinyl because in 95, 96, vinyl was kind of an afterthought, right? So for this particular version of this, the median price is $658.82, and the average price is $620.18. So this one's a banger. All right, last but not least, we have number 11. This one's a biggie for a lot of people too. That it took me quite a while. I've had copies, but this is my first of this version, and I'm talking about the Velvet Underground in Nico. And forever I have had a airbrushed version. I also had a version with the sticker across the back over the torso, the lawsuit sticker. And now finally I have a stereo East Coast pressing with the torso. And the cover is so clean. I'm gonna take it out so you can see it. Obviously that's the big pull on this one. I'm not gonna show you the vinyl because people don't care about what the vinyl looks like all that much, even though the vinyl is very nice. But I'm gonna show you the banana there. So we're missing just a tiny little bit right there. And then there's just a little bit of an issue right here. It looks like somebody peeled it, tried to put it back. So there's a little bit of issue there, but like if you can see how clean this is, there's no cracks, there's no scarring, there's really no ring wear. And there we go, Eric Emerson. Here he is, the guy that caused all the problems. And I'll show you the inside of the gatefold. So for this copy, 1967 original first East Coast stereo torso, the median is 405.88 and the average is 925.39. So it is a big one. And I got this year too. So this year has been a really good year for me. So along with that, I have my two honorable mentions that also, one was picked up this year, one wasn't. But another highly sought after album that I finally got this year that I was so excited about is the original Orangutan. And I've shown this on some of my other videos, but this is the 1971 original on Bell Records. It's psych rock, UK blues rock. The median on this one's 355 and the average is 388.78. But if you look on eBay, they very seldom sell for less than $400. They just, it doesn't seem like they do. They're so popular, and for good reason. It's a smoking album. It really is awesome. So I was really happy to get this one and to get an original, not have to get a repress. Really made my day. So the last one I'm going to show you is a little bit of an anomaly. It's an amazing album, but I don't have really accurate stats for you on DISCOGS. So I'll let you guys decide what you think it's worth, and you let me know. But there's no history of sold on this one. There's just two that are for sale. And that one is, this is another big one in the blues vein. Robert Johnson, King of the Delta Blues Singers. So this is the original comp that came out in 1961. And this is a mono promo. Like I said, there is not a record of what's been sold on there. I probably should check PopSite to get that. But if we're going strictly off of DISCOGS, there is one for sale for $800 and there's one for sale at $900. And I'll just show you this because it's really cool, the promo part of it. So you have the normal front jacket there. Then the back, you have the stamp, the rubber stamp demonstration, not for sale, which is cool, but to me, unless the label has something, then I don't really care, or who cares, right? But the label does have something, and this, mind you, is before they were doing white label promos for Columbia. So this is when they were stamping demonstration record, not for sale, on the labels. So it's the 6i. And then if you can see right there, it says demonstration record, not for sale. And the other reason, you know, this is a very first pressing is because it doesn't have CBS under the Columbia. The later pressings will have CBS underneath there. So it's very hard to find one without CBS, more or less a promo copy. And these are both deep groove as well, you can see. the deep groove in the label there. And I picked this one up a few years back, but just couldn't be happier because the vinyl plays amazing, and just unbelievably stoked to have it. So that's it. That is part 2. And I want to say happy holidays to everybody because I'm probably not going to see you until the new year. I hope everybody thrives and does well. I hope you get everything that you want. And yeah, I'd love to hear your comments and your feedback. I know I got quite a bit on my last one. Hopefully this one will also stir up some interest. And until the new year, everybody be well and enjoy yourself and enjoy your vinyl.